Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Now we're going to create our first CRUD interface and we'll start with the simplest entity category. It only has one field. To do that, we'll run the command we saw last time, the second one, Symfony console make admin CRUD. As you can see, it detects three entities, author, book, and category, each with a number. We want the third one, index 2, category. It then asks where to put it, so we'll keep it all under the admin namespace with the default settings. And now we have our CategoryCrudController file. This function here is used to define which fields get displayed. Let me uncomment this. Here we have three fields, but the category entity has just one field. So we can display it as an ID field, a text field, or a text editor field. For example, if we use text editor field, it will display a rich text editor field. But in our case, it's just a simple string, so we'll only use text field. To set the field name, we just point to category entity, and we have here our field name, category name. Now, for the label, we'll keep it in French for this one. Don't forget, right after property name, we add the label, and here we'll write nom de la catégorie. And that's the minimal configuration for CategoryCrudController. Now, to show the category in the dashboard menu, we go back to Dashboard Controller and add another menu item, link to. As you can see, it takes the controller, the label, and the icon. For our category, that's CategoryCrudController class. For the label, we'll just keep it simple, category. And for the icon, I'm not sure exactly which one to use, but let's go with FAFA tag. Don't forget the semicolon at the end. And since this is a string, don't forget the single quotes. Now let's go back to our interface and refresh the page to see the new menu item. And there it is, category. When I click on it, it opens the interface. We have category here and add category. This screen lists all the categories we've created, and add category lets us create a new one. Here's the category name field. Now you'll notice the buttons are still in English. If we want them in French, that only takes a few lines of configuration, but as you can see, with just one command and 2 lines of code, we've already got a full section that handles creating, listing, editing, and deleting categories. Before we customize the display, let's do a quick test. I'll type something here, create, and there's our category. Now, if I want to delete it, edit it, or handle it individually, let's look at customizing the display. We can start by adding a function called ConfigureCrud, which takes a CRUD parameter already passed in from the config and returns that CRUD configuration. So let's replace this default return with our own and start modifying it. We'll call a method named setPageTitle. For that, we use CRUD followed by the page we want to target. For example, for the index page, the listing page, we'll set the title to tutele category with an emoji. Let me just paste that in, and we can do the same for the other pages. We've got 4 in total: index, new, edit, and detail. Let's go back and check. We can see now tutele category. If we go back to review or edit a category and save it, we will see all titles changed. So that covers the page titles, but the buttons themselves are still in English. For that, we don't touch the fields. We need to configure the actions instead. Let's add another method, configureActions. As before, we'll replace this default return. We'll grab an action and override it, let's say, on the index page, CRUD page index. The second parameter is which action to modify, so we'll target action new. Then we pass a callback function, and inside it, we return the modified action, starting with a new label. Ajouter une catégorie. For the icon, we call set icon and use FAFA+. And that's it. We've only updated the create action so far. You can do the same for the others, but let's check the result first. There we go. It now says Ajouter une catégorie with a plus icon instead of the default. If we check the other buttons, they're still showing create and add another, since we haven't touched those yet. I'll let you experiment with these settings. As you can see, it's really straightforward. I'd also recommend taking a look at Abstract CRUD Controller, which contains every method you can override. Configure CRUD, configure fields, configure actions, configure filters. Everything you need to customize the panel for your own project. Before we wrap up, I want you to try building the CRUD for the author entity on your own. I won't be making a dedicated video for it. I'll just show you the final result next time, but I'd encourage you to build it yourself first. See you in the next one.